lot of you guys have been asking for updates on the electric conversion, and I've been very hesitant to give you that because of all the problems I had to overcome, and I didn't want to come to you until I had a real solution and a real answer for what was actually going on. What I did is I played with the software, and I can show y'all screen clips of what I was doing to try to get the system to put out more power, and then I even had a settings for even more power that I actually turned back. I put an AGM battery in the truck, trying to run the higher voltage to see if that would help, and did the settings in the computer that matched the AGM, and it just was a struggle, and it never seemed right. Sitting in a red light in Nashville, it would not overheat. I just didn't have enough battery power to run the cooling fans with the settings I had. And then come winter, I had a whole different set of problems where the fans weren't coming on in the winter. So I had to come up with a solution for that, and I was running half-ton settings, and it still wasn't activating the fans in the wintertime. So there must be something that I'm missing in the body control module or something. But anyway, I will post the upper voltage settings. I will post my cooling fan settings. The ultimate solution was the pulley, and I've been hesitant to come out and release information on that, and I'll get into that as well. So the ultimate answer was running the alternator at a higher speed with a smaller pulley. It's called an underdrive pulley, but the reality is it's overdrive. That'll give you a better idea how much difference in size there is between these two pulleys. So that was the ultimate answer, was just going to a smaller pulley and upping the alternator speed. Now it charges. Now, why didn't I come out and tell you the answer that I found? Well, with every improvement comes problems. And that problem just so happened to be that with my shift points turned up on this truck to 6,500 RPMs, just letting her eat, the belt would slip on the 1-2 and this 2-3 shift. It got to be really annoying, really loud, and I didn't want to come to you guys and give you that answer. But then I just realized that it's stupid of me to be running a motor that has almost 300,000 miles that hard. Yes, a lot of the transmission's new, and transfer case has been gone through, and a lot of the other truck is beefy and strong, and it'll do everything. But ultimately, I'm closing in on 300,000 miles, and this truck is a big part of my income, especially now that I'm working for myself. And I just decided to turn it down. So I backed the power off on the truck, and I've not had any more problems with the belt slip. I think this is ultimately the correct belt length. It's a KO 60923 HD. I'm gonna run that number when I get in the house, but I think that was ultimately the solution. So I will post a link to that in the description. It just came off Rock Auto. It's a stock piece. It's something you can get anywhere. You might not be able to get the HD green belt, but you can get that belt. You can get that length belt, and I will post a link to the pulley. I bought mine off eBay. But they have a website, and you can order it straight off their website. It's a very nice piece. I've not had a second's problem out of it. Like I said, other than the belt chirp, that's it. It will not work with the factory belt. I'll just go ahead and tell you. When you change the pulley out and you put the factory belt back on, it will just scream. It did good for about 24 hours. And my first instinct was to put another factory belt on it, and then it just started screaming again in 24 hours. So I put this smaller belt on, which is a little tight. I did a lot of homework to figure out how Gates sizes their belts and get a smaller belt. But I'll post all the part numbers in the description, and you guys can do this as well. I'll share my settings that I'm running. I highly recommend, if you're going to do this, go get an AGM battery. The way the AGM feeds power is just, it's far superior. I now have an AGM battery in this truck and I had the exact same battery in my trailer. So my trailer, with the winch and everything, it all runs off a matching AGM battery. I can swap them if I need to. It just makes things nice and handy. But it's impressive how much power my winch has compared to other batteries I've tried to use in the past. So do the AGM battery, do the smaller pulley, do the smaller belt, and don't turn your shift points up. So that was my answer. So there you go. Hopefully this gets out there to you guys that have been asking me questions for the last 2 years. Sorry it has taken me so long, but I didn't want to give you an answer that was just going to land you in a bunch of trouble. I wanted to try to give you the best possible answer. To those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, go back through my videos and you will see where I convert my truck to factory electric fans using a factory harness. I actually got this forward harness from a Tahoe. I have to get in the video, you see me take the front end off, see me pull the whole wiring harness out, you see me plug in the Tahoe harness, plug everything back in just like stock, plug in the cooling fans, and just simply turn it on in the computer, and you've got electric cooling fans. For those of you who ask, will the cooling fans be sufficient? Yes. This truck is pulled over 12,000 pounds up Monteagle Mountain. This truck's rated for 9. I pulled 12, over 12. It's pulled a trailer with a full-size truck, so you're probably talking 8,000 to 9,000 pounds over Monteagle. I live in a very hilly, I'm not going to say mountainous area, but you can have 1,000-foot elevation change in a very short distance. And it has successfully done that without overheating. It's pulled on 98 and 100 degree days and not overheated. It has been extremely dependable and remarkable with this setup. Have I had other problems? Yes. Have I had a problem with the cooling system? No. It has worked really well. So my recommendation, do it. There's no reason with the information I'm giving you that you shouldn't get out there and do it. For those of you who are going to ask if this will work in the pickup, yes. Exactly the same way. Just go get you a forward harness from a pickup truck. And by forward harness, I mean the harness that runs the horns, the cooling fans, the headlights, the blinkers, all that stuff. Just go to get you a harness from a half-ton, pull it all out, pull the fuse box up, the harness just pops out, pop it back in, lay it all back in place. It is remarkably easy and simple. All the fuses are already in the fuse box. It's already built for it. I would get the tune done before you pull the truck apart, unless you've got the ability to tune yourself, and convert it to electric cooling fans. My AC is ice cold. I mean frigid cold. If you most of the days I don't even turn the recirculation. Words are hard. Most days I don't even turn on the recirculation because it gets so cold in that truck. Even with the AC set at like 72, it's painful coming out of the vents. You don't want it blowing. If you're like me and you work outside, you don't want that cold of air blowing on you. It'll make your sinuses plug up and you'll start hurting. It's that cold. If you just leave it on regular vent through mode, it's plenty cold. You can get this truck ice cold. It's worth it for the AC. It's worth it for keeping the drivetrain cool. It's worth it for long pulls. It just, I'm gonna tell you, if you do this, you're not gonna regret it if you set it up right. So there's the information you need. The links and the information will be in the description below. Like and subscribe if you like this video, if you like what you're hearing. Feel free to ask questions. I'll answer where I can.